there, fellow marketers. Professor Wolters here, and today we're going to talk about some of the steps. Some of the shocking steps, I guess, of what you need to know in order to develop your personal brand. Because honestly, developing your personal brand isn't an overnight kind of thing, and we have videos talking about that. But what I want to go through here are just some of the steps you need to go through in order to develop your own personal brand. And the thing is we're going to do probably this in a few videos because this is kind of a longer topic. But I really want to start with the first really important step of developing your personal brand is knowing who you are. I mean, think about it. Who are you? I mean, can you answer that question honestly? What are your strengths? What are your abilities? What are your capabilities? I mean, what's that SWOT analysis of you? I mean, think about that. I can look at myself. Strengths I have. Oh, I like to speak. I can do these videos. Weakness. Yeah, I'm kind of lazy and I don't want to edit them, and I'm kind of overweight, and sometimes when I should do like 90 videos, I do like one. So you got to be able to be honest with yourself when you're looking in that mirror, okay? And also when you're looking at your strengths and weaknesses, you might also look at those experiences you have. What do you have that you can bring to the table? Now, the thing is, if you're a college student, sometimes you don't have a lot to bring to the table because, look, I went to high school and I've been in a couple of RSOs. I don't have a ton of experience. That's okay. But you can look at things you can do, you have done, those kind of things. The groups you've been in, the organizations you've been a part of, the classes you've taken, the projects you've worked on. These kind of things have built up skills in you. And that's what you have to think about is, what have I learned? What can I bring to the table? And that's why when you're looking inside yourself, you look in your heart, you look in your heart here and say, what's my passion? What do I really believe in, right? And that's what's really important, because if it's something you have passion about, it's a lot easier to build your personal brand around that passion versus something you're not really super thrilled about. Like, I love teaching. I love teaching marketing and branding and social media. I love travel. These kind of things I can really sink my teeth into and dive into and put all my heart into it. But accounting, I love my accountant, Anita. You're awesome. Thank you for doing my taxes for me. I appreciate it, but I couldn't get into that, right? And so that's another thing you have to ask yourself about knowing who you are, is where's your passion lie, okay? And so taking these things together, you come up with your unique selling proposition. What makes you so dang special? And this is one of those things. This could be your humble brag. Well, I can do this. That's fine. But you got to make sure that you can say is what makes you special, because if you're a student and you're going out for a job, guess what? A lot of people have that same degree from that same university, going from that same position. You've got to find a way to make yourself unique, okay? And by doing that, you find that niche that you fit into. So if, like, for example, my personal brand, it's about teaching when it comes to, being a professor. It's not about research. It's not about service. It's about being in there and focusing on my students and giving them the best educational experience possible. That's what I'm about. So if you like to read your notes and that's it, we've got the notes that you can read through. If you want to learn from video, we have that. If you want to talk to me, we have that. So I do those things to create that. But that's the thing. That niche fits into my passion, what I can do, and we do those things. And so what you should do is really analyze yourself and figure out what niches and what areas you can really fit into and build your brand within there. Because you might see that, look, I need to build up my experiences. I need to build up my experiences and expertise in this area. Because you know what? You're not going to be, like I said before, this is not an overnight kind of thing. You have to see where I want to be and then realize I have to build myself to there. Okay, it doesn't happen overnight. Like this Professor Wolters channel, I wanted to have 1 million subscribers one day, but right now I'm sitting at 7,000. I realized, look, if I want to get to 100,000, there's a lot more things I need to do. I need to have things that are going to be more viral type videos. I need to have things that are going to be helpful. I've got to have other stuff out there, and I need to work on my expertise. I got to put some more effort into it. That's what you have to look at. And so that's like the first step you really have to think about when you're developing your personal brand, is knowing who you really are, okay? And the thing is, who you are, that's kind of like your brand identity, right? Your brand identity is what I do to make myself be and perceive, like make me be me, right? But the thing is, we all have ourselves. We all feel like we know ourselves, right? But then people have their own perception of us. And that's the second step when we're developing our personal brand. That's what we're looking at, how are we perceived by others? How do people see us? I mean, think about it. How many of you think, oh, I look good today? You dress up, get your hair done, looking good. You go into class, I feel good. And people are like, you look like garbage. You're like, well, I thought I looked good. What you see and how you see yourself versus how you're perceived is different. And so you have to go and ask your friends, hey, how do you see me? Am I the hardworking student? And am I the dedicated father? Am I the, you ask these kind of things so you see. And that's where it's really important that you have these personal relationships so people can tell you, this is how you're seen out there. So ask yourself, what would your friends really say about you? What would your family really say about you? Because, your mom says she loves you to your face, but behind your back, she's like, Mark could lose some weight, right? I mean, so you got to be honest about these things with yourself. And so think about that. And the thing is, it's not just your friends and your family, it's also your professional connections. I know I used to work for a financial advisor, and on my evaluation, he's like, Mark is the most detail-oriented, organized, clean, set-up person there is. Which I'm like, that's awesome. And my wife, when I told her this, just laughed. She's like, you're a slob. You can't, you walk by stuff and it explodes. Like, you can't open the milk without half of it being on across the room. I don't understand anyone can see you be organized. And that's why it's important. And so that's why you really want to go out there and see is, hey, what do my professional connections say about me? What do they see me as, all right? And you got to be honest with yourself. If you're not delivering on your promises, you may think, oh, they don't mind. Oh, they mind. It's kind of like you have friends that are always late. They're like, oh, people don't mind that we're late. No, there's friends that are pissed off that you're late all the time. They're like, you're wasting my time. Oh, well, they know I'm late. No. That's part of the perception how people see you. What does that mean, okay? And also going with that perception, you want to look at your online reputation. When people search Google, they search your name, they search your business or your school, they find you, what do they find? Do they have that perfect LinkedIn profile? Or is it you chugging beers on Instagram, or you do the TikTok dances and stuff like that? What is out there? And so you're kind of looking at that to see, is like, this is how people are perceiving me. Okay, so first step, how do I see myself? Second step, how do people see me? And then the third step is us looking at what do we want to achieve, okay? What do we want to be? What do we want to do? What do we want to be seen as in our sector, in our industry? Do we want to be seen as the de facto expert on lawnmowers or the de facto thing in the Boy Scouts of America? Or do we want to be, what do we want to be known as? What do we want to achieve, okay? So think about that. Because the thing is like, I know where I am now. I know who I am. I know how people see me, but where do I want to go? What do I want to achieve, okay? And that's the thing is, once you figure out what you want to achieve, that helps you kind of build your own strategy to getting to that point in terms of your personal brand. So think about it. Who's going to be your brand audience? If I'm a student, who's my brand audience? My students. That's how I want to be out there. But also my colleagues and my boss, because I have to justify to my boss why I should get a raise or why I'm doing well or why should we have more, resources for my classes. I have to think about that. So you got to think about that brand audience that's out there, because they're the ones that, you got where you want to achieve, and that brand audience that's going to be there. What do we need to kind of do to got to get to that point? Okay. And so in terms of what you want to achieve, you also have to look at in terms of what's your style going to be, because I can't change myself from this loud, obnoxious, funny, laughing guy to, yes, I am super serious. Yes, indeed. I mean, think about it, man. If I could be like this super serious professor with a British accent or something, I'm sure we'd have millions of subscribers. But that's not who I am. Okay, that's why you have to really think about is what is your style, what's going to work for you. What's your communication plan? How are you going to let people know about your brand, right? When you create that brand, when you put that out there, how are people going to know about it? Okay, and is it partially that online stuff, or is it the face-to-face things? Is the hey, Mark Wolters, dang glad to meet you, right? We have to think about all those things in order to figure out what we're going to achieve and how we're going to achieve that. And when we're putting all that together, we want to make sure that we really can come up with a clear and consistent message when it comes to making our personal brand. Because if you think about it in terms of the key parts of branding in general, because it doesn't matter if it's personal branding, service branding, product branding, consistency is key because you want to have that same message coming across no matter what you do. That's why you should have similar pictures as your stuff on all your social media platforms and things like that. So people don't know. So if people don't know you, they're not like, oh, is that the same Mark Wolters? Oh, that's the one. I see. You know, it's kind of funny. Like at work, their default picture for me in the email is me with short hair and no beard. I'm like, can we change this? Because ain't nobody knows who that is, because I've had the beard and the long hair for like 5 or 6 years now. So could we change it maybe? You have to think about that, all right? So these are kind of the first 3 steps in building that personal brand. We got another video coming up with the next few steps on there to help you out. So thank you very much. Until next time.